Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we've got a new device from OnePlus. I'm pretty sure you're aware of it. It is, of course, the 6T, and I finally have it in front of me here. So, of course, I'll be unboxing it and taking a closer look. As you know, I've been a fan of OnePlus devices in the past. I used the OnePlus 6 extensively as a daily driver. I may very well do the same with this one, the 6T.
Hey, what is up, guys? I'm KBHD here, and well, welcome back to Techtober. The event that we were waiting for just wrapped up, which means I'm now allowed to share that my daily driver for the past couple days has been the brand new OnePlus 6T. So this phone's had a lot of hype leading up to it. We started seeing those specs and a little bit of design leaks, and basically it got a lot of people waiting for this phone.
What's going on, everyone? This is Dom, and here we have a happy little box from the people over at OnePlus, and I'm pretty sure I have a good idea of what's inside, but let's go ahead and check it out.
Hey guys, this is Mike, the Detroit Borg, and today we're checking out what's new with the OnePlus 6T. The update this time is mostly centered around a larger display, a smaller notch, a more rounded design, a noticeably better speaker, a much larger battery, but I think the most interesting new feature is the in-screen fingerprint sensor. For the most part,
Flashes below there, and you can see the absence of a fingerprint scanner. It is cool to have it hidden and secret and under the display, but keep in mind, OnePlus had one of the fastest rear fingerprint scanners in the game on the previous version. Type-C.
Okay, number 3 is the fingerprint reader underneath the display. Something, again, a lot of people were looking forward to. Happy to see this slowly starting to become more common in mainstream phones. So that OnePlus 6 a couple months ago had the fingerprint reader on the back. That's now gone, and it's moved the logo up a little bit in its place. And you can now unlock your phone by just touching the glass. I've left it enabled the entire time I've been using it, and I'd say it's faster than that first gen from the Vivo phone I first tested.
That, or if you caught my video on that particular feature, then you know it's really fast. You'll see a little experience, a very fast face unlock in conjunction with an in-display fingerprint scanner. Unfortunately,
First time, boom, OnePlus logo. All right, so we're about to set up the face unlock here, and we're good to go. All right, face unlock is set up, confirm. Fingerprint sensor, see, this is what I'm curious to try out, because it's literally on the display. So let's see how this actually works. Fingerprint setup prompt. Next. All right, so it's right there. So yeah, we just put our finger on there, on that little green illuminated area. It's a little slower than an app. Test this out. All right, so here we go with the fingerprint sensor here. Touching it, it's actually not too bad. I mean, you can see how quickly that is. So I did find in the settings actually that you can tap the screen to show the fingerprint sensor. So if we have it complete.
more quick is face unlock. So just to show you this, let me go ahead and wake it up, tilt it toward me, unlocks really quickly. If I didn't do that, you can see just how fast it unlocks. I can't even see the locks.
how you back. We got to think about the camera, talk about the camera. It seems to be so important for so many users out there. I think it would be hard to imagine that this is really going to challenge the Pixel for camera status champion. But even if we concede camera champion to the Pixel device, is it enough of a factor for you to reach into your pocket and spend almost twice as much?
6. So you can see photos from last year's phone. They are going to start to look better with each round of software updates. They're learning a lot from Pixel and iPhone's HDR techniques and building them in here. Plus, a new night mode is here that does more with longer exposures and dark scenes. But of course, all these changes are also coming to the exact same OnePlus.
The camera hardware is carried over from the OnePlus 6, so we still have a 16 megapixel front-facing camera with an f2.0 aperture. That's good for 1080p video at 30 frames per second, and performance is identical to the OnePlus 6. The dual camera setup is also the same hardware, so again we have a 16 megapixel sensor with optical image stabilization and a wide-angle f1.7 aperture. The secondary camera is a 20 megapixel sensor without optical image stabilization. That secondary camera is not a telephoto camera, but it's used for depth perception, and it's also used to enhance the main camera. So it's used to improve digital zoom, but it's not actually optically zooming. Performance of these cameras is mostly the same from the OnePlus 6, but the big news here is something called Nightscape. Essentially, this is an enhanced HDR. It's designed to bring up light in low light situations and bring up some color and detail. Overall, I've had very limited time with this feature, but it does make a difference. It tends to bring up more color and sort of even out the shadows while bringing down some of the highlights. But sometimes it tries to bring up too much detail, so it over defines things and over sharpens them while trying to smooth out the low light noise, so it's a little artificial. Check it out.
The house is the front-facing camera after all, so you can show the notch area or hide the notch area. It's completely up to you, and the overall aesthetic just, to me, makes a bit more sense.
Can still hide the notch with software if you want to. The only weird feeling I got about it is like how curvy it is. I mean, that's quite the curve from left to right. If you remember the Essential phone, that notch had probably about the same volume and total size, but it was pretty rectangular on the sides. This one is all slopey, and then it just
new thing. It's still got a Snapdragon 845 and so on and so on and so forth. We have a microfiber cloth, OnePlus Red. So proud. These are the Type-C Bullets earphones, okay? So probably indicate to you that there's been a change with the whole headphone setup on this device. Bit of a controversial topic. The elimination of the headphone jack. We've been talking about it. How much does it matter? I don't know. That depends on you. If you use mini jack headphones, you're now stuck with Samsung, LG, and who knows for how long. Another one bites the dust. Yeah, another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. I said, hey, another one bites the dust. And we've also got first-party cases. I like this stuff. I like that OnePlus does it. Some of the nicest first-party case accessories in the business. What does it say here, Jack? Collection of individuals possessed of a tremendous understanding and superior taste of the finest technology. What's most important is that they're a part of what we do, and that includes you. Look at that noun, the definition of you. 128 gigabytes, as you can see, Qualcomm Snapdragon. This is what you're here for? Yes. Would you look at that? It's letting you know right away how you're going to unlock it. Your fingerprint will go here. Of course, this device will also feature similar face unlock capabilities to the previous version. And if you were familiar with that, or if you caught my video on that particular feature, then you know it's really fast. You'll see a little S-curve, S-pattern in the reflection as well. It's intentionally there, and it's to give it a little extra shimmer. Dual camera setup at the top, the flash is below there, and you can see the absence of a fingerprint scanner. It is cool to have it hidden and secret and under the display, but keep in mind, OnePlus had one of the fastest rear fingerprint scanners in the game on the previous version. Type-C connector on the bottom, incredibly fast charging, the fastest in the game, generally speaking, at least with the previous model. I expect the same. They've now moved up to a 3,700 milliamp hour battery, so there's a nice little improvement there. Apparently as well, the chin is a slight bit smaller. It actually looks pretty slim. This is the case that would be included in the retail package. You get like this smoked look here. It's actually not bad. Warning, I'm a flagship killer. All right. 5 years old and 1 million stories told. Here's that charger that I talked about. I assume it's going to be quite quick. The classic OnePlus Red Type-C cable. Oh, and I almost forgot. The adapter. Type-C to mini jack. The headphone jack is gone on this device. Some of you will be angry and upset about it, and you'll say you told OnePlus they shouldn't do that you really appreciate the headphone port and so on and so forth. And to be honest with you, I feel like they probably could have fit it in here. I think it's more just a general trend now at this point in the whole marketplace. And so I'm sure OnePlus, they probably sat around a table and they're like, look, no one else has it. Do we need it? Can we cut it? Can we get the price down a little further if we can skip that part of the manufacturing process? I don't know exactly what the justification was. And these things are annoying. You always forget them. I'm going to be completely honest. And maybe we have a little discussion here about whether or not the headphone jack is fully dead now. I mean, you tell me, I tell you, you tell me. Let's look at the phone. Would you look at that?